money. I was down, but I'm always gonna get back up. I'm arranged, but I know I'm gonna get that truck.
Hello. This is like my little official spot now. I've decided. I like it here in the kitchen. Anyway, so I always talk all the time about how I'm a medicated queen, and a couple months back I went through a little bit of a switch up in what I was taking, and things were good for a while. Things were really good, and then suddenly they weren't, or like not really suddenly, but like gradually they weren't, right? And I talked to my doctor about it, and what she told me was that people who are at or around the dosage that I am at, after a while they start to lose motivation motivation, willpower, whatever, to do the things that they normally would enjoy. And once she said this to me, everything just started clicking. Okay, because if you know, and if you've been around on this channel, you'll know I've been telling y'all and I've been really honest about the fact that I've been really struggling. Really these days I'm not doing much but working. Like I am finished working and now I'm scrolling. But I am somebody with tons and tons of hobbies. I am somebody with tons and tons of interests, and I ain't been doing none of that stuff. And it's kind of been bumming me out. And for a while there, I thought I just like needed to give myself some sort of grace, you know? And I was doing that, but I wasn't getting any better. And so I've made a lot of choices recently, you know, but one thing I think I'm definitely like at a point now where I need to kind of use a little bit of force to get myself back on track. And so I want to do a little bit of a reset today. I want to just do some things that I've been putting off. And I thought like if we did it together, I would actually do it. And also I do have some chores I need to do. And then I think we'll get into a little bit of a story time later. But we'll see. We'll see how the day goes, or the afternoon goes, because it's just turning afternoon. And I'm just getting my day off the ground, which is like exhibit A of what I mean about just like I'm dragging butt. Like it's too early in the video to be cussing, but I am just dragging, and it's really kind of starting to blow my stuff. So yeah, I think the first thing I've been thinking about too is like a couple months ago, right, I did a journal entry. I don't remember if I did that on camera or if I just did it privately, but I really ripped into some folks in my diary, and it felt so good to do that. And like, yeah, like we should handle things in real life like adults, like the adults that we are, right? But sometimes not every thought is for everyone, you know, especially in those relationships that you really value. I talked a lot in my diary about a lot of things that were bothering me at that time. And then after I did that, I didn't think about that shit. And ooh, too early in the video to be cursing. I didn't think about that stuff no more. And I want more of that. I want more of that. And so I'm gonna whip out my journal for the first time in a little while and just write. I was watching a girl last night talk about her journal and some of the prompts that she was talking about some prompts that she really likes, but she was also talking about performative journaling. And I thought that concept was really funny. Like, I don't think I do this necessarily, but some of the things she said I do definitely do. But she was saying that some people write in their journals as if someone is going to find their journal and read it. So sometimes they're like lying in their journals, sometimes they're like over explaining things in their journals, or trying to like play devil's advocate in their journal just in case somebody is going to read it. I've never done that necessarily, but the one thing she was saying is also performative is like giving your journal background I do that, definitely. Like, I will tell a backstory in my journal before I get to the point of why I am journaling. But I always thought that was like for record keeping, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when you go back and you read what you wrote, like, there are details sometimes that I would have never remembered if I hadn't written it down. You know what I'm saying? So that part was a little bit interesting to me, but I definitely want to do a little bit of journaling today. So yeah, let's do that. So I am not an expert on notebooks. However, I wanted to talk about my notebook that I journal in. It's gigantic, okay? It is not like, it's literally like a normal, regular notebook. And I really like that in the inside, it has like an area for the date. And that the lines are really small, so I feel like I can write a lot of stuff. But yeah, this is my notebook, and I'm gonna get writing. I'm gonna write some stuff. It didn't feel like it, but I actually did journal last month. I looked. I don't typically go back and read stuff because sometimes I get the, not the ick, but like I get like cringe about reading stuff that I've written already, you know? Unless it's that I actually need to go back and reference something, I typically won't go back and read. But I was curious about the dates, and so I looked at all the dates, and actually I hit this journal up at least once a month through this summer, so that's not bad. Anyway, it's lunchtime, and I'm kind of thinking about going down the street. Not down, I say everywhere is down the street, it's not down the street, but I'm thinking about going to go find me a sandwich, maybe like a turkey and cheese sandwich. I'm thinking about it. But also that if I did walk there, then I get a walk-in, and so 2 birds, 1 seed. I feel like I'm just kind of sitting with the stuff that I was writing. And I feel like I was mostly elaborating on what I was saying to you guys about how I'm feeling, just like how I'm feeling these days, internally, you know, stuff going on with me, and also just like how I'm reacting to the world right now. It's a really scary time, and things are just moving really quickly. It does feel like we're living in the prequel of The Handmaid's Tale. We haven't quite got in there yet, but it's looking a lot like it, which is very scary. But we fight, we organize, we stick together, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I've been taught over the years, being someone who is like politically active. We fight, we stick together, we win. The people always win. But yeah, things are not feeling the best right now. My landlord just left. He came to get the AC units out of the walls, and he's like a professor or whatever, and so we were chatting a little bit, and yeah, I don't have no degrees, but I know enough to know that we're in big trouble these days. Yeah. This shirt is so wrinkled, but we're just gonna go with it. I don't think I need to look fancy to go for a walk, but I did have to put my hair on for the walk. Is she vain? Ciao. If I knew it was going to take as long as it did just now for me to get my damn sandwich, I would have went to the store and got the fixings. That's all I'm going to say about it. Okay, so it's after lunch and I decided to come outside for a little bit because the weather is really nice. It's actually not, it's not hot, but it's warm. But I have this book. It's called The Wedding Date. I was recommended to get into this author a while back, but I just I don't know, I've been in a weird space with reading lately. I've been in a weird space with romantic. I think I'm actually like hung over on romantic books. But I really want to keep reading, and so I was like, let me see if I can read a regular like romance book. So I'm challenging myself today to read at least the first chapter, and we'll see, no promises. But yeah, I gotta get back on the horse, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, all my hobbies, like I just haven't been doing any of my hobbies or things that I enjoy, and this is definitely one of the things I want to like pick back up on. Okay, I came back inside because there was a giant wasp and it seemed to really like my tripod and I couldn't take it. I was freaking out. Anyway, I read the first chapter of The Wedding Date and it seems like it's gonna be like a cute read. I'm always kind of startled when books like, I don't know, not that they should waste time at the front, like getting the two main characters to meet. But when it happens so quickly, it's like, whoa, like, whoa. I don't know if I'm the only one like that. Like, okay, maybe we could, you know, spend some time in the woman's life a little bit, like see how things are, and then maybe like she meets the person, you know. But a lot of the books, they just kind of bust out with it, like boom. So she gets stuck on an elevator with the love interest, and he seems to be like a player type. He doesn't do girlfriends, which that was like kind of, I hate guys like that. I really do. I got a little triggered. But I don't know, it's cute. He invited her to be his +1 at his ex's wedding, and we'll see, because I will say, like, as cute as this seemed, I was really hoping, like, okay, if I read one chapter, get over the reading hump, will that make me feel like I want to read more? And I'm not feeling that spark, you know what I'm saying, of like wanting to just keep reading. And I don't think it's shade on the book, I think it's me. I think it's me, and I think that there's gonna be just some areas in which my slump is gonna take time, is gonna need time. But I am glad that at least I read the first chapter. Anyway, now I have to move into some stuff that I just like have to do. I've got a ton of makeup brushes. I did a wedding last weekend. And this is where I actually was supposed to be telling you a story, because girl, me trying to be nice, man, was not like, did not land well for me. I had agreed to do a wedding. I've done a couple of weddings now, And this one, it was supposed to be 5 people total and the bride. Now, I'm still kind of figuring things out, and I think I've kind of, I've learned a lot in this situation, right? Because I normally take a deposit. I always take a deposit. I take a small deposit just because I be trying to be reasonable with people, you know, and I know how I am. Sometimes, like, I might make a deposit today for next week when I get paid, you know what I mean? So I take a small deposit, and this time around, the woman tells me the night before, if she can pay me the following day after the wedding is already over for services. And because she like showed me a bunch of screenshots or whatever, like that the venue was charging them more money and it was like a disaster or whatever. Like, you know, I could clearly see in the text messages, like the screenshots that she sent, that it was a legit situation that had come up. But it's like, what that got to do with me? Anyway, I was trying to be nice and trying to be reasonable. Mind you, I was also sick. But like not wanting to let this lady down on her wedding day. And I pulled myself together and I went, and oh, not even to mention, the morning of the wedding, she starts telling me that she's got 5 more people that she wants me to do. Hello? Hello? Mind you, they cut the time, the get ready time, in half, so then I only had 4 hours, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do like 9-10 people in 4 hours. Like, that's just not realistic. I managed to do, I think, 6 or 7 in that amount of time, but it was no way I was gonna be able to do 10 people in that amount of time. Like, let's be serious. Anyway, I, like, again, was trying to be nice or whatever, and I agreed to get paid the day after. And then, like, come the day after, now I'm like begging for my money. Like, it was a mess. And not only did she not pay me when she said that she would, she ended up paying me 2 days later. Like, she shorted me some money. And I was just like, oh God, like, I will never do that again. Mind you, like, I had been meaning to get a contract together, like, for brides and stuff for a while now. But I was like, is that, like, so serious? Like, you know what I mean? Does it need to be that deep? And I think it actually does need to be that deep. And I understand why some other makeup artists navigate the way that they do. My cousin, too, she was like, no money, no makeup, period. And I was like, but it's her wedding, you know? But I learned no money, no makeup. But I went in there and I did what I had to do. I'm kind of upset at myself because I did all those people and didn't take a single photo, and I have a really bad habit of doing that. My makeup page is so stale right now, like Pink Glam MUA if you want to go look. But my makeup page is so stale because I never take pictures of my work or whatever. Like, people probably think I haven't like been getting clients, but I have been getting clients and I'm just not taking any photos. So that's a problem I gotta figure out. But I have definitely learned a lot through this situation, and you best believe it's not gonna happen again. It's not gonna happen again. But I do have like every makeup brush I own that needs to get washed. Not to mention my own makeup brushes in my room need to get washed, but we're not doing that today. I think I'm a wash these brushes until I get tired and then take a break because it's a lot of brushes. You'll see. Hold up. I keep the brushes in this bag, but you can see tons and tons and tons of brushes that need to get washed. Literally. Pray for me.
My own execution, and you know, trying to will your body to move and your legs to work. You have all these weird thoughts like, how bad is it going to hurt? Like, what does it actually feel like to die?
I'm in a rabbit hole right now. I saw this TikTok a while back talking about pirates. Somebody was like on a cruise line, like on somebody's cruise line, and they were told to like close all the windows and the doors and all this stuff on the ship while they like go over these like dark waters that have pirates. Anyway, that was like front of mind still when I was scrolling on YouTube, because it's Sunday, you know, that's when all the videos come out. And I scrolled by this video talking about how somebody had gotten kidnapped in Somali by pirates. So I haven't finished the story, but it's been just long enough for me to actually finish cleaning all these brushes, so shout out to that. But I would be so scared. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Not even like a laughing matter. I just laugh at stuff that's not funny. Yeah, terrifying. She talks about, the woman in the story talks about like how one of the soldiers was like 11 years old or something, like very small child, bossing her around, and how she had to kind of eat it because he's the one with the gun. Like, oh my god. Anyway, this has been a day. I don't know if it's been very eventful, but this is my life. This is really what I be up in here doing. But also that like I am on a journey to like, I don't know, squeeze myself back into myself and like try to feel normal again, because I want that. I think I've kind of said that already, but I feel like I am on a journey. And so, you know, thank you for being a part of it, even if it's just for a few hours. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Maybe it'll be a chatty, I don't know. Anyway, bye.